A picture just came out of Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk, that is, one, crazy, two, points out the hypocrisy of MAGA and this Christian nationalist movement, and three, points out the deep ties between her and Trump. Now, I did not know how deep the ties went until this all started to bubble up, but it is very, very interesting. And of course, we saw how strange he was with her during the memorial, how physical he was with her. And I think we're now starting to understand a little bit more why. Before we get to that, I just want to say that Kamala Harris has a book coming out. And you know what? I think you just got to call balls and strikes. She was on Kamala Harris, or she was on Rachel Maddow's show on MSNBC. She was asked about Zoran Mamdani and whether or not she supports him. And here's what she had to say.
As a sort of talent spotter in the Democratic Party,
Yeah.
What do you think of him and his candidacy? And what do you think of mainline Democratic shyness and agitation about the prospect that he's going to win?
Look, as far as I'm concerned, he's the Democratic nominee and he should be supported.
Do you endorse his candidacy?
I support the Democrat in the race, sure. But let me just say this.
So, not exactly full-throated. I guess I don't mean to pick on her because this is a problem writ large for establishment Democrats. This is just the latest example of it. But what is wrong with supporting the nominee? I don't understand that. Can someone explain that to me? I did not support Zoran in the primary. Now, I didn't really announce who I was supporting at all because I don't think that's my role here, is to tell you who to vote for. My role is to show you the candidates and you can make your own decision. But he's not the person who's my top choice. Now, I don't even live in New York, so it's not like I could vote. But if I could have voted, I wouldn't have been for him first. But the day after he won, I immediately was like, we got to jump on board. That's the guy. He did something that is very hard to do. He won a primary in New York City, and he did it, I thought, in a way that was quite interesting, compelling, and inspiring. And even if you don't agree with everything that he believes in, I think we have to expand the tent. And part of expanding the tent means expanding what it means to be a Democrat and what a Democrat looks like. I truly don't understand the hesitancy in supporting him. He did something that not a lot of Democrats can do right now, which is get overwhelming majority from a vast groups of people. And he did it in a way that I thought was unique and compelling. I wish that Democrats would just support him. If it were the other side of things and it were MAGA, they would be 100% behind the person who won, especially if they did so using social media and everything else. Okay, so I just don't fully understand it. Maybe you understand it and you can teach me something because I just don't get it. I see a really interesting, charismatic, thoughtful candidate who could be showing us what it means to be a Democrat in 2025. Now, of course, Zoran Mamdani couldn't win. I don't think he could win a statewide race in Michigan or Pennsylvania, but he's running in New York City. So why don't we support what a Democrat looks like in New York City? All right, so I'm going to say. Okay, so anyway, as I said, this was a very strange moment here. Donald Trump, incapable of feeling empathy or sadness next to a grieving widow. Here he is doing a little dance. I truly don't think he knows what it feels like to feel. Now, here's this thing that happened that I thought was very strange. The way that he grabbed her and smiled. Ooh. You catch that? Threads is literally the worst place to watch clips. It's terrible. Now, I was thinking, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of this shit. That's the same goddamn look. The smile and grin. We all know it with the dancing. Yeah, that is literally this. That's this 30 years later. Anyways, you got it. Now, this to me I thought was very there's that face. There's that face. He tried kissing her on the lips, by the way. He tried kissing her on the lips. And this is very strange to me. Okay. Now, this I did not know about. I'm telling you, I was shocked when I saw this. Shocked. This is Erica Kirk, Miss Arizona. Here's a little bit of background that I did not know about until this very moment. Charles James Kirk was born on October 14th, 1993 in the Chicago suburb of Arlington Heights, Illinois, and raised in nearby. His father, Robert W. Kirk, is an architect who was involved in the construction of Trump Tower. And then this person asks here, did Charlie Kirk's wife and his father both work under Trump's business empire? Wife, Miss Arizona, USA 2012, when Trump owned the Miss Universe organization. Dad, architect tied to Trump Tower. What are the odds? What are the odds? I actually did not know that Charlie Kirk came from money, but I guess that makes sense too. After learning about Erica's past with Trump, watching this exchange just felt strange. Do you see Trump trying to kiss the widow on the lips? And why is she so close to him? And his predatory smile? Charlie Kirk is watching, and I'm sure he is weirded out too. Yeah. People keep sharing clips with comments like, I've never seen Trump so emotional. He looks heartbroken. That's not what this looks like. He's having a ball. He tried to pretend he knew what empathy was, but the mask always slips. I mean, there wasn't even a mask. This man did not care one bit. And a bit of Erica's parents. Erica Kirk's parents are Kent and Melanie France V. Kent France V was a prominent figure in the defense industry, having chaired Raytheon's Israel division and been involved in significant military projects, including the Iron Dome. Melanie's background is less publicly detailed, but the family has been noted for their connections to conservative and pro-Israel circles. It's all very interesting stuff. Someone said these guys are chosen early on as the Peter Thiel school of turning angry rich white kids into right-wing politicians, ideologues. That's probably as close as Trump has been to a one for a long time without having to pay in some sort of way. Crazy that his whole shtick was, I'm super religious and morally superior to you, all the while his cougar wife was on red carpets. By the way, really interesting that, you know who wasn't there? Melania Trump. Melania Trump wasn't there. I mean, and then lots of people are just like, there are no such thing as coincidences. I just think it's incredibly coincidental. I don't know what it means. Probably doesn't mean anything. But it's very, 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 very coincidental. And by the way, she did try grabbing him. Anyways, that I don't need to ever see that again. I'm sorry to spring that on you, but let's keep following this. Clearly, there's a lot in this backstory that we are not really privy to, that we will learn more. And if you want to learn more along with us, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.